Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches, which are happening on Tuesday, June 7, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Going back to our video, we will give you 2 betting picks for each game, a team pick and a total pick based on facts and detailed explanation. So make sure to watch our videos till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Baltimore Orioles vs Chicago Cubs. Cubs for the win. And here is why. The Cubs have been up and down lately, winning 3 straight games and following that up with a 3-game losing streak. Then, against longtime rival St. Louis, the Cubs lost 3 out of 5 games. Chicago now sits at 23-32 and are 4th in the National League Central. On Sunday night, the Cubs lost 2 different leads with the Cardinals before falling 5-3 in 11 innings. The loss wasted a promising start from struggling left-hander Justin Steele. Steele went 7 innings and allowed 7 hits and just 2 runs in a bounce-back performance after a series of tough starts. The Baltimore Orioles come into this series with a 23-33 record and back in familiar territory, last in the AL East. Baltimore has lost 4 straight series and, as a result, find themselves a whopping 17 games behind front-running New York in the AL East. This marks the largest disparity between first and last place teams in any division in baseball. Despite this, the Orioles have been more competitive this season than in years past. Against Cleveland, the Birds closed out the series with a 3-2 loss. The Orioles were held to just 4 hits on Sunday and never were able to overcome the 3 runs the Guardians scored in the top of the first inning to kick off the game. Ryan Mountcastle provided all the Orioles runs with a 2-run blast in the 4th inning to cut the deficit to 1. The Orioles would be unable to put any runs on the board the rest of the way. While the Cubs' pitching has been suspect, their bats have been up for the challenge thus far, despite lacking any one player having a breakout season. The Cubs are 11th in runs scored and 11th in batting average so far this season. They should find the confines of Camden Yards as friendly as those of Wrigley Field and will take full advantage of Bradish modest stuff. The Cubs have also been a better road team than home team this season, with a 12-12 road record compared with just an 11-19 record at Wrigley. The Orioles are just 4-6 in their last 10 home games and, as I mentioned earlier, have not beaten the Cubs since 2008. Our total pick is under 9. And here is why. 2 bad offenses with young pitchers that have been doing decently well for themselves is a recipe for under 9 runs in this game. Baltimore is hitting .194 as a team in the month of June, and the Cubs are scoring a little better than 4 runs per game. Keegan Thompson and Kyle Bradish should be able to do enough to limit these lineups, as their numbers and stuff indicate. All in all, the under is the better play here. Texas Rangers vs Cleveland Guardians. Cleveland for the win. Texas went on a hot streak at the end of May, winning 11 of its final 16 games. The Rangers have not been able to sustain that success at the beginning of June, losing 4 out of their last 5 games. They dropped 2 out of 3 against Seattle over the weekend, including an extra inning setback on Sunday. Texas is opening a 6-game road trip after completing a 7-game homestand. The Rangers are in 3rd place in the American League West, trailing Houston by 9.5 games for 1st place. They are very much in contention for an AL wild card spot though, sitting just 1.5 games back of Boston. Cleveland has a chance to get above the .500 mark with a pair of wins on Tuesday. The Guardians were sitting 5 games below that mark on May 29, but they have won 5 of their 6 games since then. They swept Kansas City last week before taking 2 out of 3 at Baltimore over the weekend. Cleveland is beginning a 7-game homestand that will conclude with 4 games against Oakland this weekend. The Guardians are 4.5 games behind Minnesota at the top of the AL Central and are just a half game back of Boston for the final AL wild card spot. Texas's strength has been its pitching this season, but the Rangers do not have an advantage in this matchup. They are having to turn to Hearn, who has struggled to get through 5 innings this season. He has seen his ERA balloon to above 5.00 and is now having to face a disciplined Cleveland lineup. Meanwhile, Pilkington is coming off the best start of his short career and is looking to establish himself in the rotation. Cleveland has better pitching and better hitting, making the Guardians an easy pick in the 2nd game of this doubleheader. They are also in much better form, having won 5 of their last 6 games. The Cleveland offense has been the better of the two over the first 2 months of the season, averaging close to half a run more per contest. They have an opportunity to do damage against a struggling Hearn on Tuesday. However, on the flip side, Texas has not been hitting well, scoring 3 runs or less in 5 of their last 6 games. The Rangers now rank in the bottom 10 in the league in team batting and ops, making them a difficult bet to put up a big number. After a long day of baseball, look for both offenses to scuffle a bit in the nightcap. The under is 5-1 in the Rangers' last 6 games, a trend that will continue Tuesday night. Tampa Bay Rays vs St. Louis Cardinals. Rays. It wasn't easy all weekend, but the Cardinals managed to take 3 of 5, despite getting a tough battle from the rival Cubs, as they remain half a game behind the Milwaukee Brewers for the top spot in the AL Central. After Nolan Arenado got the Cardinals on the board in the 5th inning of Sunday's finale with a 2-run single, they had to resort to some late dramatics, with Lars Nootbaar tying the score in the top of the 9th on an RBI single, before rookies Juan Yepes and Brendan Donovan each drove in one in the 11th. Adam Wainwright got through 7 innings despite not recording a single strikeout, allowing 2 runs on 9 hits and 2 walks. Genesis Cabrera was terrific with 4 innings of 1-run ball in relief, allowing 2 hits and 1 walk, while striking out 5 to pick up the win. Harrison Bader went 2-5 with a triple and 2 runs scored to help the St. Louis cause. A horrendous start doomed Tampa Bay in Sunday's rubber game against the previously struggling White Sox, and it couldn't quite mount a rally, despite having a few chances in the late innings. After falling behind 6-0 through 2 innings, Tampa Bay got on the board with an Isaac Paredes homer in the 5th before plating for the next inning, highlighted by Randy Arizona's RBI triple and Mike Zunino's 2-run homer, yet the Rays could never quite tie the score. Ryan Yarbrough took the loss with an ugly stat line, allowing 6 runs on 8 hits and 2 walks in just 1.2 innings of work. Yandy Diaz was on base 3 times and scored a run to lead the Tampa Bay offense. While the Cardinals are the slightly better all-around team at the moment, the Rays have a big enough starting pitching advantage to get the win here. Springs has been fantastic, continuing Tampa Bay's yearly trend of developing great arms out of nowhere, while Hudson's predictive metrics indicate he should fall off soon enough. Hudson won't get away with this great ERA forever, as he's got a 118 FIP and is nearly walking more batters than he strikes out for the season. Matching Springs frame for frame will be tough in any case, as he has strong underlying numbers, highlighted by an elite 22.4 KBB%. The battle of the bullpens will also favor the Rays, who are 4th in reliever ERA, while St. Louis is closer to middle of the pack. This St. Louis offense isn't easy to slow down, but the Rays have the arms to do it when Springs is starting, and bet on Hudson regressing some in this matchup. These teams love to utilize their speed on the basepaths, as the Cardinals are leading the majors with 44 stolen bases this season, while the Rays are 3rd with 39 stolen bases thus far. Both teams also hit pretty well with runners in scoring position, as St. Louis is posting in .805 team ops in those situations, while Tampa Bay is at a .710 ops so far. The over has hit in 18 of the Cardinals' previous 24 games against AL East foes, while also hitting in 7 of the last 9 interleague home games versus a team with a winning record for the Rays, so go with over 7.5 runs here. Disclaimer, no financial advice. The information on this channel is provided for education and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information contained in or provided from or through this channel is not intended to be and does not constitute financial advice, investment advice, trading advice, or any other advice. The information on this channel and provided from or through this channel is general in nature and is not specific to you, the user, or anyone else. You should not make any decision, financial, investment, trading, or otherwise, based on any of the information presented on this channel without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or financial advisory.